Good day, my word study friend. Welcome to day 82 of our 365 days Bible reading series. I am Elizabeth, and you're highly welcome to today's reading. Today, our Bible reading will be taken from the books of First Samuel chapter 4 to 7. So do well to stay tuned till the end of today's reading. God bless you. First Samuel chapter 4. And the word of the Lord came to all Israel. Now Israel went out against the Philistines to battle, and pitched beside Ebenezer. And the Philistines pitched in Aphek. And the Philistines put themselves in array against Israel. And when they joined battle, Israel was smitten before the Philistines, and they slew of the army in the field about 4,000 men. And when the people were come into the camp, the elders of Israel said, Wherefore hath the Lord smitten us today before the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of Shiloh unto us, that when it cometh among us, it may save us out of the hands of our enemies. So the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring from thence the ark of the covenant of the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth between the cherubims. And the sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there with the ark of the covenant of God. And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord came into the camp, all Israel shouted with a great shout, so that the earth rang again. And when the Philistines heard the noise of the shout, they said, What meaneth the noise of this great shout in the camp of the Hebrews? And they understood that the ark of the Lord was come into the camp. And the Philistines were afraid, for they said, God is come into the camp. And they said, Woe unto us, for there had not been such a thing heretofore. Woe unto us! Who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty gods? These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness. Be strong and quit yourselves like men, O ye Philistines, that ye be not servants unto the Hebrews, as they have been to you. Quit yourselves like men and fight. And the Philistines fought, and Israel was smitten, and they fled every man into his tent. And there was a very great slaughter, for there fell of Israel 30,000 footmen. And the ark of God was taken, and the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were slain. And there ran a man of Benjamin out of the army, and came to Shiloh the same day with his clothes rent, and with earth upon his head. And when he came, lo, Eli sat upon a seat by the wayside watching, for his heart trembled for the ark of the Lord. And when the man came into the city and told it, all the city cried out. And when Eli heard the noise of the crying, he said, What meaneth the noise of this tumult? And the man came in hastily and told Eli. Now Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were dim, that he could not see. And the man said unto Eli, I am he that come out of the army, and I fled today out of the army. And he said, What is there done, my son? And the messengers answered and said, Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there had been also a great slaughter among the people. And thy two sons also, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God is taken. And it came to pass when he made mention of the ark of God, that he fell from off the seat backwards by the side of the gate, and his neck brake, and he died. For he was an old man and heavy, and he had judged Israel 40 years. And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child, near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings that the ark of God was taken, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and travailed, for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, the women that stood by her said unto her, Fear not, for thou hast borne a son. But she answered not, neither did she regard it. And she named the child Ichabod, saying, The glory is departed from Israel, because the ark of God was taken, and because of her father-in-law and her husband. And she said, The glory is departed from Israel, for the ark of God is taken. In the book of First Samuel chapter 4, the Israels, they fought against the Philistines, and they were badly defeated by the Philistines. And because the ark of the Lord was tempered with the ark of God, it was with Phinehas and with Hophni. And when the Philistines defeated them, they took away the ark of God, and they slew Phinehas and Hophni, which were Eli's sons. And when Eli heard this from a man that came from the field, he was around 98 years old, and he heard this, and he slumped backwards and died. And when the wife of Phinehas heard that her husband and her daughter and her father-in-law had died, she was in labor. She was pregnant, and she got into labor, and she gave birth in travail, and didn't speak much. She called her son Ichabod, which means the glory of the Lord had departed away from Israel. There are other minor details and major details in the passage. What did you learn out of it? First Samuel chapter 5. And the Philistines took the ark of God and brought it from Ebenezer unto Ashdod. When the Philistines took the ark of God, they brought it into the house of Dagon, and set it by Dagon. And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord. And they took Dagon and set him in his place again. And when they arose early on the morrow morning, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the ground before the ark of the Lord. And the head of Dagon and both the palms of his hands were cut off upon the threshold. Only the stump of Dagon was left to him. Therefore neither the priest of Dagon nor any that come into Dagon's house tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod unto this day. For the hand of the Lord was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them and smote them with emerods, even Ashdod and the coasts thereof. And when the men of Ashdod saw that it was so, they said, The ark of the God of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us and upon Dagon our God. They sent therefore and gathered all the lords of the Philistines upon them, and said, What shall we do with the ark of God of Israel? And they answered, Let the ark of the God of Israel be carried about unto Gath. And they carried the ark of God of Israel about thither. And it was so that after they had carried it about, the hand of the Lord was against the city with a very great destruction, and he smote the men of the city, both small and great, and they had emerods in their secret parts. Therefore they sent the ark of God to Ekron, and it came to pass, as the ark of God came to Ekron, that the Ekronites cried out, saying, They have brought about the ark of God of Israel to us, to slay us and our people. So they sent and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines, and said, Send away the ark of God of Israel, and let it go again to his own place, that it slay us not and our people. For there was a deadly destruction throughout all the city. The hand of God was very heavy there. And the men that died not were smitten with the emerald, and the cry of the... In the book of First Samuel chapter 5, after the Philistines had defeated the Israelites and taken the ark of God, they thought they were wise, so they took it and put it beside their god Dagon. And the next morning when they woke up, they saw that their god had fallen down. They picked it back up and put it back. And the next day again, they saw that their god had, the head had fallen off, the palms had fallen off the stump. And they were surprised, and they started having some affliction upon them in their emeralds, that is their private parts, and they knew that there was something wrong somewhere, and they wanted to, so they decided they would take it away out of their city. So they took it out of Ashdod, which was where they went to, and they took it to Gath. And same in Gath, there were different things happening to them. So they took it, they decided that they'll take it to Ekron. And Ekron was like, the Ekronites saw them and told them that they want to come and make and kill all of them, or that this was it. And Lord slew people from this and afflicted most of the Philistines with this, and they decided they would take it back to Israel. First Samuel chapter 6. And the ark of the Lord was in the country of the Philistines 7 months. And the Philistines called for the priests and the diviners, saying, What shall we do to the ark of the Lord? Tell us, wherewith we shall send it to his place. And they said, If ye send away the ark of the God of Israel, send it not empty, but in any wise return him a trespass offering. Then ye shall be healed, and it shall be known to you why his hand is not removed from you. Then said they, What shall be the trespass offering which we shall return to him? They answered, 5 golden emerods and 5 golden mice, according to the number of the lords of the Philistines. For one plague was on you all, and on your lords. Wherefore ye shall make images of your emerods and images of your mice that mar the land, and ye shall give glory unto the God of Israel. Peradventure he will lighten his hand from off you, and from off your gods, and from off your land. Wherefore then do ye harden your hearts, as the Egyptians and Pharaoh hardened their hearts? When he had wrought wonderfully among them, did they not let the people go, and they departed? Now therefore make a cart, and take 2 milk kine, on which there hath come no yoke, and tie the kine to the cart, and bring their cows home from them, and take the ark of the Lord, and lay it upon the cart, and put the jewels of gold, which ye returned him for a trespass offering, in a coffer by the side thereof, and send it away that it may go. And see, if it goeth up by the way of his own coast to Bethshemesh, then he had done us this great evil. But if not, then we shall know that it is not his hand that smote us, it was a chance that happened to us. And the men did so, and took 2 milk kine, and tied them to the cart, and shut up the cows at home. And they laid the ark of the Lord upon the cart, and the coffer with the mice of gold, and images with their rods. And the kine took the straight way to the way of Bethshemesh, and went along the highway, lowing as they went, and turned not aside to the right hand or to the left. And the lords of the Philistines went after them unto the border of Bethshemesh. And they of Bethshemesh were reaping their wheat harvest in the valley, and they lifted up their eyes and saw the ark, and rejoiced to see it. And the cart came into the field of Joshua, a Bethshemite, and it stood there, where there was a great stone. And they clave the wood of the cart, and offered the kine a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the Levites took down the ark of the Lord, and the coffer that was with it, wherein the jewels of gold were, and put them on the great stone. And the men of Bethshemesh offered burnt offerings, and sacrificed sacrifices in the same day unto the Lord. And when the 5 lords of the Philistines had seen it, they returned to Ekron the same day. And these are the golden emeralds which the Philistines returned for a trespass offering for the Lord: for Ashdod 1, for Gaza 1, for Ashkelon 1, for Gath 1, for Ekron 1. And the golden mice according to the number of the cities of the Philistines belonging to the 5 lords, both of fenced cities and of country villages, even unto the great stone of Ebal, whereon they set down the ark of the Lord, which stone remaineth unto this day in the field of Joshua the Bethshemite. And he smites the men of Bethshemesh, because they had looked into the ark of the Lord. Even he smote of the people 50,000 and 60 men. And the people lamented, because the Lord had smitten many of the people with a great slaughter. And the men of Bethshemesh said, Who is able to stand before this holy Lord God? And to whom shall he go up from us? And they sent messengers to the inhabitants of Kirjath Jearim, saying, In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 6, the ark of God had stayed with the Philistines for about 7 months, and they called diviners and prophets and priests, and they asked them on how they would take it back to Israel. And then the priest told them they should not take it back empty, that they should send it with a trespass offering to them. And they decided that they would send milk kine, they would put it in a cart, and they would send them with gifts and the ark of God. So they decided to do an experiment, that they will send the kine just by themselves, that if they go to Bethshemesh, then they know that it was the Lord that had afflicted them with all that they had suffered. But if they go another way, then it was just a coincidence. So when they did that, the kine went to Bethshemesh, and they knew that it was God. So some lords of the Philistines, about 5 of them, followed the kine, and when they had reached Bethshemesh, it stopped by the field of Joseph, the Bethshemite, I think it's Joshua, the Bethshemite, and he stopped by the field of there, and they saw it that it had stopped, and they went back. So the people of Bethshemesh rejoiced, and as they saw the ark of God. But most of them, they looked directly into the ark of God, and Lord smote them. And they sent word to the other parts of Israel that the Philistines had brought back the ark of God. And the priests, the Levites, took the ark of God and set it back and prepared. And that was what happened. The return of the ark of God happened in 1 Samuel chapter 6. 1 Samuel chapter 7. And the men of Kirjath Jearim came and fetched up the ark of the Lord, and brought it into the house of Abinadab in the hill, and sanctified Eleazar his son to keep the ark of the Lord. And it came to pass, while the ark abode in Kirjath Jearim, that the time was long, for it was 20 years, and all the house of Israel lamented after the Lord. And Samuel spake unto all the house of Israel, saying, If ye do return unto the Lord with all your heart, then put away the strange gods and Ashtaroth from among you, and prepare your hearts unto the Lord, and serve him only, and he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines. Then the children of Israel did put away Baalim and Ashtaroth, and served the Lord only. And Samuel said, Gather all Israel to Mizpeh, and I will pray for you unto the Lord. And they gathered together to Mizpeh, and drew water, and poured it out before the Lord, and fasted on that day, and said there, We have sinned against the Lord. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpeh. And when the Philistines heard that the children of Israel were gathered together to Mizpeh, the lords of the Philistines went up against Israel. And when the children of Israel heard it, they were afraid of the Philistines. And the children of Israel said to Samuel, Cease not to cry unto the Lord our God for us, for he will save us out of the hand of the Philistines. And Samuel took a sucking lamb and offered it for a burnt offering wholly unto the Lord. And Samuel cried unto the Lord for Israel, and the Lord heard him. And as Samuel was offering up the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to the battle against Israel. But the Lord thundered with a great thunder on that day upon the Philistines, and discomfited them, and they were smitten before Israel. And the men of Israel went out of Mizpeh, and pursued the Philistines, and smote them until they came under Bethkar. And Samuel took a stone and set it between Mizpeh and Shen, and called the name of it Ebenezer, saying, Hitherto hath the Lord helped us. So the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more into the coast of Israel, and the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines all the days of Samuel. And the cities which the Philistines had taken from Israel were restored to Israel from Ekron even unto Gath, and the coasts thereof did Israel deliver out of the hands of the Philistines, and there was peace between Israel and the Amorites. And Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life, and he went from year to year in circuits to Bethel and Gilgal and Mizpeh, and judged Israel in all those places. And his return was to Ramah, for there was his house, and there he judged Israel, and there he built an altar unto the Lord. In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 7, after the children of Israel from Beth Shemesh had told people of Kirjath Jearim that the Philistines had brought back the ark of God, they went and they took the ark of God and set it in Kirjath Jearim in the house of Abinadab and Eleazar, the son of the priest. And it was there for 20 years. And the children of Israel started crying out again to the Lord that they are still under the Philistines. So Samuel told them that they should put away their gods of Asheroth and Baalim and their strange gods and worship the Lord only, that and cry to him, he will deliver them. And so they did. And then Samuel called for a prayer at Mizpeh, that he was going to pray for the children of Israel. And so he brought offering of a sucking kid or lamb, and he made offerings unto the Lord. And the children of Israel fasted for 3 days and cried unto the Lord that they were to forgive them their sins. And the Lord heard them, that as they were at Mizpeh, the Philistines heard that they were there, so they came up to fight against them. And the Lord discomfited them as they were on their way. And the children of Israel fled out of Mizpeh and pursued after the Philistines and defeated them. And they gave glory to God because they came out victorious out of the battle. And they knew that it was the Lord's hand. And also all the cities that the Philistines had taken from them were restored unto the Israelites. And Samuel judged Israel all his life. And he offered an altar at Ramah. I had an amazing time reading God's Word with you. I hope to see you tomorrow for day 83 of this Bible reading series. Until then, stay well and God bless you.